I'm gonna show you how to make the most delicious queso blanco in less than 20 minutes. We have a chimney of B&B charcoal. I'm just gonna throw it right into the Weber kettle. And I'm actually gonna move everything kind of towards the middle. We're gonna be using our griddle attachment today, and I do want some heat under this just to make sure we get a nice sear on our ground beef. And if you're asking if the charcoal was ready, it absolutely wasn't. I was just losing patience. Gonna go ahead and put our grate down. Like I said, we have our griddle attachment right here. This is what we're gonna cook our ground beef on today. I'm starting with 80/20 ground beef, and of course I'm gonna use Malcolm's Grande Gringo today. I'm gonna season the top of this. So what I'm gonna do to try and build maximum flavor is flip this over, pull this piece, you can hear the sizzle, and we're gonna smash this down. I'm gonna try and build some crust on the bottom side, and I can tell you that Grande Gringo is already hitting the griddle, and it smells so dang good. I'll put a link in the description for you guys to get some of this seasoning. Now we wanna get the backside here. We're gonna cover this up, and we're gonna let this go for around 3 to 5 minutes before we flip it, try and get crust on the other side, and then we'll break everything up. After about 3 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and flip over our ground beef. What I'm gonna do to make this just a little bit easier is I'm actually gonna cut this in half. Not exactly sure what type of crust we got on the backside, but we'll check that here in just a second. We got a little bit right here. You can see it's probably a little bit hotter on this side. That's completely fine. We're gonna go ahead and move this one a little bit over, and we're actually gonna let this one go for another 2 or so minutes so we can try and get the crust here. Another 2 minutes later, we're gonna try this other piece of ground beef that we got here. Oh, that's a little bit better. So honestly, not exactly what I wanted. Maybe just a tad bit underwhelming, but it's all good. I'm gonna go ahead and start breaking this up. And we're gonna mix all this ground beef together. Now we're just gonna continuously cook our ground beef until it is fully done, and then we'll take it off the pit and move on to the next step. After another 3 minutes or so, our ground beef is fully cooked. So now what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna grab that piece, eat it real quick. I'm gonna pull the rest off. We're gonna put it in a pan. We're gonna start building up our queso blanco. If you guys have a Dutch oven or something else you'd like to cook it in, that's absolutely fine. We really like these because you can just throw it away after, and it makes for really easy cleanup. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put the grill attachment back on the Weber kettle. I've got my ground beef here. We're gonna go straight in with a 32-ounce block of queso blanco Velveeta, an 8-ounce block of cream cheese, 8 ounces of Monterey Jack, and 10 ounces of Oaxaca. Of course, we can't forget our Rotel. One's gonna be fire roasted, and one's gonna be original. This is gonna be pretty hot. We're cooking it on the Weber kettle, so you do wanna make sure that you're staying near, and we're gonna be moving this around constantly. Instead of a smoked queso, this is almost like a grilled queso. It's gonna be pretty quick. We've done this plenty of times, so it will work out absolutely amazingly. I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on. It's been about 5 minutes, and you can see that our cheese is already coming together. I'm just moving this consistently. All of the Velveeta is pretty much already melting away. One of the things that I really like about this is I don't drain any of that ground beef, and the reason is this liquid's actually gonna stay in this cheese, and it's gonna make it not stick anywhere on this pan. So you can see it's coming together pretty quick. This is a very quick recipe, perfect for any game day. It's been about 5 minutes on our queso blanco so far, and we do want to continue to stir this, so let's check it out. And everything is coming together pretty dang good on this queso blanco. Now, I can tell you that this smells amazing from here, but what I can also tell you is it feels a little bit thick. I want it a little bit thinner than that, especially if we're going to be eating this on nachos today. So I'm going to put that here for a second. One thing you would always want to have on hand when you're making this queso blanco or any other queso is some milk. We're gonna start off with half a cup just to see the consistency. We'll add more if we need. We'll go ahead and mix it in, and you can see instantly it loosens everything up really, really nice. Now, if you guys want to add beer, or if you guys want to add something else, some stock, some chicken stock, I'm sure that would taste really good. We always use milk, but beer, something else will absolutely work as well. Executive decision, we're just gonna go ahead and add the rest of the milk as well. So that's a full cup for all the ingredients that we use today. Another 2 minutes later, you can see that our queso blanco is looking really nice. It has a great consistency now, so I'm looking for it to be pretty much exactly the way it is. Not too liquidy, not too thick. It's gonna be perfect for our nachos. So let's go ahead and get this off. We're gonna build up a plate and show you exactly how we would eat these at our house. So we're gonna start with a nice layer of chips. Right on top, we're gonna put some Rosarita beans. If I am making them myself, I absolutely love these. And now for our queso blanco, I'm literally just gonna pour it right out of our pan here, all over top. Ooh. That looks so good. Now I've got some shredded lettuce we're gonna throw on top of that. I got one big dollop of HEB guac. If you guys don't live in Texas, you may not know what HEB is, but any guac or homemade guac is gonna be perfect. And then I'm also gonna do a nice dollop of some sour cream on top as well. I don't like too much, so this is perfect for me. And of course, now it's time to take a bite. I'm gonna grab one from right in the front. Looks amazing. It's got plenty of beans, plenty of cheese. I'm gonna go ahead and get some of the guac and the sour cream on it as well. That is a 100 out of 10. Absolutely amazing. The queso blanco comes through perfectly. I can taste that grande gringo on the ground beef in this queso blanco, and it just tastes out of this world. You don't have to only use this on your nachos. You can use it on a lot of other things, and it took less than 20 minutes to make. You've absolutely got to try it. As always, we really appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next one. Want to try it? I got the nephew trying again today. Yeah, boy. Oh. Look at that.
That's one chip.
Good? Mm-hmm. We'll see you guys on the next one.